Are you ready to take the leap, quit your corporate job, and start your own business? That's so exciting. I'm gonna talk to you about how to make that decision in the best way possible. My name is Katie Stick. I am a money and mindset coach, and I'm here to talk to you today about making the leap, starting your own business, 3 things that you should know before you do this. I worked for an amazing company before this, and I had the opportunity there to serve hundreds of clients as a financial advisor. So I come today with a lot of experience seeing so many people make this transition and living it myself. And here's 3 things that I wish I would have thought of before I did this. So, getting started, number 1 is mindset. And this is probably the most important thing because you can't buy it. You literally have to cultivate it daily. And it's kind of like working out. If you don't maintain a mindset, you're going to lose it. And likely your mindset that's serving you in your corporate job, this job that you're probably feeling burnout from and you're feeling stuck, it's a mindset of kind of just pushing through. And that will only serve you so much as an entrepreneur because you need to be creative as an entrepreneur and you need to be very cunning and resourceful and you need to be adaptable. And I think the foundation for the practices that you need as an entrepreneur is a foundation of inner confidence. And cultivating inner confidence, there's no way for you to buy it. It truly just comes from a knowing and a personal experience. I'm confident to speak to you today about this because I've had so much experience walking hundreds of people through this transition, and I've done this myself. So there's likely something you're confident in. That's what you probably would start your business as. It's something you're interested in. It's maybe something that has been a hobby for you for a long time. So that's a good place to start. But you're gonna have to deepen your confidence every day because your business is only gonna grow. And in order for it to grow, people need to trust you. And people trust people that are confident. And I'm not talking about fake confidence, like it has to be real because you're the only person to rely on, it's not like working at a company where you can say, oh, this other person on my team will do it. It's like you have to do it, which is such an exciting opportunity. And I think what I would tell people about this is it's such a beautiful journey to go on to build this sense of confidence in yourself. And if you find yourself in this position where you're not loving your current job, but you're too scared to quit, I think the inner confidence is the key that is going to help you quit. So another aspect that builds your inner confidence is having savings. And why is that? Well, when you quit your corporate job, you're not going to get paid every 2 weeks. You're not going to get health insurance benefits, and you're not going to get retirement savings benefits like you've had in the past. All of that responsibility is going to fall on you. And that's okay because you know that you've got yourself. You'll be able to figure that out. But having savings set aside is so comforting because you're not going to know everything to do day one. There are certain things that you cannot know until you know them. You just have to go through the experience to learn. So savings helps you to feel safe, to learn in your own way and on your own time. Because once again, people are going to be feeling the inauthenticity if you're trying to just do marketing strategies that you've learned on YouTube, but your heart and your inner confidence isn't aligned with those strategies. People are going to sense that and they won't be attracted to buying your service. So that's okay. Your savings account will make sure that, your rent is paid for, you have food, those base level needs will be met by your savings. So if you're in this position where you are getting paid, with your corporate job every 2 weeks, be sure to be saving a lot of money, knowing that you are going to quit your job one day. Because whether you're going to start your own business or not, if you're feeling burnt out, uninspired, if your job is like taking such a toll on your body and your mind and your soul, inevitably, you're going to need more money to make a transition at some point. So it's a wise idea to start setting aside savings today. And what amount of savings should you have? Well, that should be about 6 months to 1 year's worth of your fixed expenses. So that's things like food, car, shelter, those basic items. Any debt payment. You will need 6 to 12 months worth of savings at the very least. The more money that you have saved, the more runway you have until your business is profitable. So if I were to do it again, I honestly would probably give myself 2 years worth of savings. And that's because I don't think I even recognized how burnt out I was from my previous job. And I just could not motivate myself to start my business with the energy that it required because I was so burnt out. And lastly, I would say entrepreneurial skill set. So you probably have cultivated some skills working at your company. You probably had a degree that you studied and you've now got years of experience. That's so great. But that everything that you've been experiencing at your job with a company, it's kind of opposite when you start your own business. Like all the skills that serve you working for a company no longer serve you when you are the only person running your own business. You're going to be in charge of marketing, you're going to be in charge of finance, you're going to be in charge of, doing whatever it is that your business does. So that's a lot of hats that you need to wear. And while you can hire people to do those services for you, you might not have that budget. So the most ideal way to go about this would be, one, to start to cultivate those skills while you're working at your corporate job. So you can take courses online to learn about sales, or you could take courses online to cultivate even deeper whatever it is that you will be doing as a service. And second, you should estimate the expenses of your business before you quit. So some expenses you might not consider. When you're taking payments in from people, there's a payment processing fee. And usually it's a percentage of all your sales. So even if in your head you're like, yeah, I could easily make $4,000 a month, how much of that $4,000 is eventually going to be usable, because you're going to be paying a percentage fee for any revenues that come to you. So I would estimate the expenses of your business and either save for those expenses before you quit your job, or just keep that in mind as you're setting realistic income goals and targets, and ultimately designing your life for like that first year after you quit your job. So the good news for you is I created a spreadsheet that helps you get to this number of how much income you need to be making to meet your goals if you have your own business. And this factors in things like legal fees, taxes, retirement savings, just the typical stuff that you might not have considered because you're working for a company, or you've never run a business, so you don't realize that there's these expenses. Well, I've created a spreadsheet that you can go through to better estimate what kind of income you need to be earning from your business to meet your personal financial goals. So if you want that, you can go ahead and look at the description and you'll see a link where you can do that. And also, lastly, I would say the hardest thing is going through this alone. You're gonna lose your community that you probably like with your business, because at least you're commiserating about work together. So if you're feeling lonely or need community, that is something that I also am cultivating. So if you want to be a part of my community, you can find a link in the description as well. And through that, I offer classes and one-on-one sessions where you can get personalized advice